Another important topic is, of course, who's going to do what? Who's going to be responsible for what? What will the organization look like? So the next important question is who? Now, project organizations could be fairly simple, or at least they could be described to be fairly simple. If you compare it to the organization of a normal limited company, they are very, very similar. If you look at a limited company, we have a board of directors. And the chairman of the board. The board of directors are responsible for outlining what the company is going to do, to put down the strategy, the overall objective. This is what the company is going to do in order to fulfill the shareholders' expectations when it comes to return on investment, for example. So the board of directors outlined what's going to happen and who's going to be responsible for that. Well, the board of directors will appoint what we call a managing director. The managing director is responsible for the day-to-day business, the day-to-day running of the business. And the managing director have an organization that will actually do the job. So this is how a normal limited company works. Now if you look at the project, it's very, very similar, but we call it different things. Instead of calling it the board of directors, we talk about the steering function, or the steering group. And the steering group is responsible for outlining the overall objectives, the purpose why we do the project in the first place, and also responsible for taking the important financial decisions with regards to the project. And the chairman of the steering group we normally call the project sponsor. And the project sponsor is a very important person in the organization of the project, as is the chairman of the board of directors. Now, in order to have the job done, the sponsor and the steering group appoints someone who is responsible for the day-to-day business of the project, a person we call the project manager or the project leader. And the project leader is responsible for meeting the objectives set up by the project steering group. And the project manager or the project leader has got an organization that will actually do the job. So this is the project organization, and you can see the clear similarities between that and the organization of a limited company. Nothing strange.